Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cheeseman and Chill. Today I have a guest. If you can see on video, you see my dog's right here. I'm trying to get her to come closer, but she's not listening. So this is where she's gonna be, and we'll see if she stays the whole episode. So this week is going to be a very, very heavy episode because we are going to talk politics, and we are also, what else do I have on my list? Going to talk genocide, and we're also going to talk about the pop culture stuff. Let's see, on my list I have Bridgerton first impressions, the things going on with Bhad Bhabie. I would argue that would be more on the serious stuff. Pearl and Drew arguing on TikTok and Twitter, Clinton Kane's 29-part series, and then the new Baddies episode. And those are the non-serious, with the exception of the stuff going on with Bhad Bhabie, which we'll talk about today. So, it's only been a couple of days since I made the last episode, and I always worry about this podcast, what if I run out of content? What if there's not anything to talk about? But we are living in 2024, the age of the internet, the age of digital footprints, so I don't think that's a concern, especially considering all that I had to talk about. And I haven't even started watching Love Island because I keep seeing so many people talk about it. That's on my list, but there was so much that happened this week, I just couldn't. Kita, we want to see you. The people want to see. Well, I don't know if you guys want to see her, but why wouldn't you? Look at her. So, first thing is the Bridgerton Season 1 first impressions. I finished Season 1. I'm having a hard time getting into Season 2. If this segment does well of the podcast, I'll keep watching it. Otherwise, I might just stop watching it. Season 1 was cute. It was a little cheesy as far as okay, they hate each other. They're gonna, oh my gosh, hold on, wait. Before if you have not finished Season 1 of Bridgerton, part is gonna include spoilers. I'm gonna just talk about it full range, so spoiler alert. I loved, did I forget their names already? Is her name not Daphne? Daphne, maybe I shouldn't look her up, because what if I see a spoiler? Okay, so I liked Daphne, I liked the Duke, I liked everybody. Honestly, their love story was it was just so cheesy and like textbook love, I can't stand him, I can't stand her, and they later fall in love. I loved that, he eventually was like, okay, I'll marry you, but I can't give you kids. And then I don't know why she really didn't understand how babies were made. I mean, I was a little bit conflicted on that part about when she kind of did that thing, essentially trying to trap him. Because, yeah, I understand being upset with him, but also he didn't say he can't have kids. He just said, I can't give you kids or something like that. But, it wasn't really, it was him omitting the truth. No, he was just being vague. He is, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to blindly defend him just because he's, really handsome, but I didn't like that she did that. I feel like she should have just asked him, what did you mean when you said that? You can't or you won't. And then I feel like I don't think he would have lied. I think he would have told her. But also, you're about to marry this woman, so maybe you should be more forthcoming about your past and all that. But again, it's a TV show. If they just had a healthy conversation about his past and decided to have kids, there wouldn't be a whole season, right? As far as who was it Weatherington? What's the name of that lady that writes the newspaper? Whatever her name is. I had a feeling it wasn't that one lady, but it being Penelope was it surprised me, but I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. I liked it. Also, Penelope's behavior, I have more to say about, I don't really have much to say about the Duke and Daphne. I thought they were so sweet, start to finish. I loved their entire story. It was just, I love them so much. So the situation between Penelope, Marina, and Colin. So, obviously, it's not right to be pregnant with a man's baby and then go off and marry another man and make him think that it's his baby. This is not set in today's world. This is set many years ago, where if you're found to be impure, it ruins your life. Like, women back then, it was really hard for them to get jobs. If they did, they weren't getting paid enough to live on their own independently. Like, this is like a different, not, sounds like I'm justifying trapping a man. I'm not trying to, but like, anyway, so the situation, right? But Penelope is sitting there acting like she's trying to save him from being trapped. It's like, no, you just like him. And I don't know why she didn't go to Marina and say, hey, like, I actually have feelings for Colin. And see what she... Because maybe give her a chance. Maybe she would have left him alone. Maybe not, but at least there's a chance, you know? She just... The way she went about it was so, like, sleazy and, like... Ugh, it just icked me out. Maybe she'll redeem herself in future seasons. I hear good things about her. But right now, it just pissed me off the way she handled that whole thing. So the last episode when Colin was like, yeah, I'm going to join the military, and you actually encouraged me to do it, I was like, that's what you get. Now neither of you can have him. That's what you get. Marina, I think she's still pregnant at the end of season 1. I actually thought that a good ending would have been Marina giving the baby over to Daphne and the Duke, because that baby technically wouldn't carry on the Hastings name, but they could have a baby of their own. I thought that's where it was going. But turns out it wasn't. They still had a baby, which made me happy, but yeah, I didn't like that situation with Penelope and Marina at all. That was like slimy and gross and ew. I'm looking forward to seeing Anthony talking to other suitors in season 2, or not suitors, damsels, I don't know what you call the women, bachelorettes. I was kind of confused as to why the woman he was interested in, or they were in love with each other, why she chose the other guy. I know she explained it, but it seemed like he was going to pick her regardless of the outcome. Like, he's no longer cared about the image, and he was like, whatever, I love you, and that's it. And I would have taken that and just been with him. But maybe it's for the best that hopefully I don't want to see her come back again, because I feel like now going into season 2, he needs to be like fresh start. They've been on and off for way too long. He needs to be done with that chapter of his life and just move on and find somebody new in season 2. I'm bummed they didn't work out, because I felt like they really loved each other, but you know what? He knocked on her door. Not only did she reject him, but she had another guy open the door, which is insane. Like, you could have just said, I don't want you, and not had to throw another guy in his face, but whatever. I do have to say, I'm glad that they shaved his sideburns for season 2. I can appreciate that, because they were bothering me. The other thing that bothers me, and again, this is like wardrobe, right? This is how they dressed back then. But the way that the dresses are like above the nipple line, just every time I just want to like go in the screen and like move it, you know? Anyway, those are my thoughts on Bridgerton season 1. I liked it. I enjoyed my time watching it. However, I don't know about continuing to watch it. So let's talk about Pearl and Drew. Okay, for those of you that don't know, Drew Afualo, I really hope I'm saying her name correctly, is a TikToker who is famous and well known for her taking down of misogynistic, creepy men. And my overall opinion of her is I love her. I think she's beautiful. I think she's awesome. I think that she has faced criticisms before for like the way she kind of like attacks men for like their hairline or them being jobless or them being short or things like that. But I think we know who she's talking to, and I don't think she should have to, before or after her videos, be like, but not all men. She doesn't have to do that, because if you're not the type of man she's talking about, it's not going to hurt your feelings. If it hurts your feelings, it's because some of what she's saying is resonating with you, aka you might be a little bit misogynistic. So yeah, I don't really agree with the critiques of her. I'm not one to come on and attack somebody for their looks. If you get me pissed off enough, maybe in the moment I will. But I don't, like, do your thing. You know what? I like the thought of a man getting on the internet saying all these nasty things and then a woman putting them in their place. That thought lives rent-free in my head. Okay? I don't want to do it, but I like watching her do it. Let's put it that way. So anyway, Pearl is not real. come on, you guys. I'm in denial maybe, but she cannot be a real person. Is this a joke? Okay, so Drew had said something in her TikTok. She actually made a video. She, like, a TikTok about this whole thing on her page. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But she's like, if pick-me-ism was an Olympic sport, she would have all the medals or something like that. You guys, this girl is not real. Okay, I'm gonna go on her Wikipedia. I'm reading Wikipedia, but I have to give you a disclaimer. Wikipedia is editable. Editable? Is that a word? I don't know. People can edit Wikipedia, like, freely. So when I say Wikipedia, take it with a grain of salt. It could be true, but just remember, like, the internet has access to editing this information. So Hannah, I don't know anything about her. So all I know is that she has a podcast and she likes saying things that are appeasing to men of misogynistic nature, and she likes to appeal to those types of men, but those same type of men have literally come online to say that she's not attractive, which is like you're literally dying on a sword for these men, on your own sword, because you're talking against women, and you are a woman whether you like it or not, and they're still not wanting to be with you, which is like, I almost feel bad for her, because, like, what happened that was so bad for her to just hate women? Hannah Pearl Davis, born November 4th, 1996, so she's 27, she'll be 28. She's known online as Just Pearly Things or Simple Pearl, American YouTuber and political. I don't want to hear her take on politics, because I will immediately start to, like, just go feral for this woman. Don't get me started on my politics. Like, I get mean. I might start talking about people's looks if it's in politics. Under movement, it says anti-feminism. Yeah, I don't know. So it all started because, anyway, the girls have been fighting on Twitter, and essentially Pearl kind of started it. Actually, she did start it. She posted a screenshot of Drew basically saying, like, a woman coming on here and talking smack about the men who built the microphone. And it's like, dude, they don't like you. They're not gonna pick you. Shut up. She didn't even tag Drew, by the way. So then Drew went on and was like, all right. I'm actually shocked that Drew responded, but I'm happy that she did, because I'm just like, go in on her. And she didn't really, it looked like she was trying to stay away from, like, attacking her looks on Twitter. Drew staying away from attacking Pearl's looks, maybe very specific, because Pearl was very like, you look like Shrek, you look like Fiona, you look like the guy from Moana, which is, like, kind of racist. But, like, this girl is just, she just wants attention. She just wants followers. I really feel like she's not a real person. There's no way she hates women this much. Like, if she does, obviously fuck her. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I don't want to be spreading. Okay, I need to watch my mouth, because I don't want to get my videos taken down for spreading hate speech. I would steer, I'm gonna get very PR on you guys. I'm gonna steer clear of her. I don't like her. She's speaking against women for the sake of getting attention from men, and she's still not getting attention. So I'm, like, kind of confused as to what she thinks she's doing. Hopefully Pearl just leaves it alone. She's not gonna get more followers. She might get more views because of the attention she's getting for now, but I haven't gone to her page. The most I did was now looking at her Wikipedia. I saw screenshots of what she was tweeting. I haven't followed her. I don't plan to, ever. Okay, so the next topic of conversation is gonna be Clinton Kane's 29-part series, where he responds to Brooke Schofield's 13-part series, or 14-part series. I don't know how many parts, but Clinton came in with the parts, that's for sure. He also came in with the nonsense. If this was the point, it is not even in the room with Clinton at this point. I'm posting it kind of late. I think everybody's kind of touched on the subject already a lot. But he essentially, so remember, guys, Brooke went online and finally exposed, well, actually, Clinton started it. He made a video saying when the relationship was over 2 years ago, but she still won't stop yapping about it or whatever. And then Brooke was like, all right, I'll show you yapping 13-part series about their relationship, all the lies, kind of reiterating what we already know with like a few more details about the toxicity of their relationship. And then, like, I think like a week later, how long, maybe it just feels like that long because of how the internet works, but like, he was like, you guys, he's like, she said that we got, I'm paraphrasing, okay? So don't come for me, Clinton, if I exaggerate a little bit, okay? But he's like, he said that we got pulled over. Brooke said we got pulled over on the way to Joshua Tree, but it was actually on the way back. Okay, but did you lie about your age? Can we, like, okay, next video? Okay, sorry. And then Brooke said that I had a fifth of vodka, and it was actually a tequila, and here's a picture to prove it, and look at the date. And like, were you using that to, like, manipulate her to come home with? No, next video? Okay, all right, so, it just goes on and on about, like, you guys, my favorite. Let's talk about my favorite part. Brooke said that she did not say that Kid Rock was hot. She said, I would F the isht out of Kid Rock, is what she said. Which is the only part of the series that I can kind of understand. If I was with my significant other and my significant other in front of my friends was like, oh yeah, I would F the isht out of Scarlett Johansson, I'd be like, I would, maybe don't. I'd probably just look at him and do a little like, and then after be like, are you just nervous talking? Like, why'd you say that? But that would be it. That would just be it. Can you not say that again? Oh yeah, my bad. Cool. End of conversation. But, so he shows the screenshots. You guys, it was so funny how, like, she just started sending pictures of Kid Rock to him, and he was like, like, antagonizing him. That was so funny. She was like, sorry, I won't say the F thing again. And then, because you could tell, even in the relationship, there were times that she was like, oh my God, like, really? You're being ridiculous. So, even when she released, like, the recording of him, and when they were having a fight and she put the recording up, I was shocked when she did that. I was like, that was, oh my God, the tea was hot when she, just the way that she handled it was funny. Even like the response, remember his representative supposedly went on and said that Brooke Schofield has a track record of being famous for bashing her ex-boyfriends or whatever, like his representative, sure. And then Brooke's response, ha 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 ha, like, I think it was 4 or 5 ha's, but whatever, it doesn't matter. That was so funny to me. So anyway, Clinton just needs to, I don't know what his problem is. Like, we all know you're lying. Also, isn't his claim, correct me if I'm wrong, because the timeline that he claims as far as where he's lived just confuses me more than you can imagine. But isn't his timeline that he lived in Australia for the first year of his life, and then after that was like a string of all these different places? If that's the case, how does he have an Australian accent? Because I will tell you, I have a 3-year-old son who is talking now, of course, but when he was 1, he was like kind of still saying goo goo gaga. Like, he could say like colors, he could say mommy, you know what I mean? But like, an accent is just not developed until the age my son is at now, which is 3, 4. You know, that makes no sense. Whatever accent you have almost should come from like the ages of like 2 to 10 or something like that. So unless he claimed to go back to Australia, it makes no... Stop with the accent. Just talk. It's fine. Anyway, let's continue, and hopefully we didn't miss too much of what I was talking about. So I was basically putting a pin in the Clinton Kane Brooke Schofield drama, and I think I put it together pretty nicely, so I'm going to move on from that. All right, now we're going to talk about the last, kind of less serious thing. We're going to talk about the new Baddies Caribbean episode. So, what happened on this new Baddies episode? Let me see. Usually, if I look up the cast, I can tell you, it'll like ring a bell for me. So, let's see. I want to say, was the whole thing with Gretchen, and I think Gretchen was drunk. I think she was forgetting that Callie is the last person that she has in the house, and it sucks because Callie did have her back, and she was kind of just being paranoid, insecure, or Gretchen was being paranoid and insecure, and I could tell Callie really didn't want to be putting her hands on Gretchen just because there's such a size and strength difference that I actually was scared. Like, I really didn't want Callie and Gretchen to fight just because Gretchen would have really got her ass kicked. But it was just an unfortunate situation because I feel like Callie was trying to, like, calm her down and be like, dude, knock it off. Like, are you done yet? And freaking Gretchen was just, like, getting in her face, like, putting her hands in her face. And I was like, dude, too much alcohol, too much, like, paranoia, too many insecurities. They could have just sat down, had a conversation. I think Gretchen was hurt because she was hearing rumors about Callie being fake. And then Callie was hurt because Gretchen's believing these rumors, which is like, why are you believing the rumors about that women are spreading? And these women don't even like you. They all want you out of the house. So it's like, Callie, up until this point, would have been the only girl that didn't vote her off. So I think she's messing with the wrong person. She just needs to go take a nap and then apologize to Callie. That's what I think needs to happen with that. After that, we had Mariah and Mariah's mom and Anna. Listen, for some reason, Mariah and Anna, like, they kind of annoy me. I don't know why. I don't think I have a reason to dislike them, so I don't say anything. However, I am so torn in this fight that they're having because, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Mariah and Anna had a problem with each other prior to this fight with Mariah's mom. So I don't know why Mariah's mom would have a dog in the fight. I don't know why she would be trying to start something with Anna. I have a feeling that Mariah's mom was not being as aggressive as Anna's saying that she was. I have a feeling the truth is somewhere in the middle. I need to hear Mariah's side, Mariah's mom's side. I am very much on the side of, like, that's my mom. Like, even if the woman's bigger than me, I'll send a prayer to God before I fight her. But that's my mother. Like, I don't care what my mom did. Like, that's my mom. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. But, again, if what Anna's saying is true, and she was just in the room, and Mariah's mom was talking crap and then hit her 4 times, I would have still walked away, personally, because it's an older... I'm not going to hit a lady that's that much older than me. Like, I'm just not. But if what Anna's saying is true 100%, I can maybe see what happened. But it's the same way that I see, like, when I think of, like, Anna hitting, like, Mariah's mom, I really still feel like Anna should have walked away. The same way I feel like if a girl is, like, hitting a guy, assuming the guy is, like, bigger than her, the guy should just walk away, you know? And I get it. There's different situations, different circumstances, but, like, I just can't justify a huge person hitting a small person, a man hitting a woman, a young person hitting an old person. There's different ways to stick up for yourself. And another way to stick up for yourself is by removing yourself from a situation that's not worthy of your time. So let's chew on that for a second. I understand Mariah. Where's Anna? Where the hell is Anna? Like, I want to talk to her. But Rolly coming in and trying to call Mariah out on something, like, time and place. Time and place. And I'm going to go on record and say I don't like Rolly. She's always saying people say things, and then it doesn't seem like... I feel like she's the one that's always lying or exaggerating. And then she gets so mad when she feels that somebody's lying. It gets to a point where it's like, are you lying? This situation going on with Bhad Bhabie or Danielle Bregoli, right? If you guys know her, she got famous from Dr. Phil, Catch Me Outside. How about that? You guys remember her? Went to the farm, came back better, and then immediately started getting back into it with her mom. I think with her and her mom, I think they're both aggressive. I think they both start the fights. She's definitely not as innocent. The mother is not as innocent as she portrayed herself to be in Dr. Phil. But, you know, they love each other, I think. Danielle did post a picture just the other day of her mom holding her new daughter. And I have to say, if you guys have not seen Danielle Bregoli's baby, this baby is so freaking cute. Hold on a second. Like, to die for. To die for. I don't, look, can you guys see that? Can you guys see her? Look. You guys, oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, super cute. She has a super cute baby now. I guess there was like a domestic dispute between her and her current partner, and it was really bad. Like, her eye was completely swollen, and I don't know what the fight was about. All I know is Danielle came on Instagram and was posting images and kind of exposing the fact that her guy was abusing her, or abused her, hit her, took things too far in a fight, whatever it is. But you know what? They are still together, and she did make a statement about the situation, and I wanted to kind of read some of it. I love that man more than I love myself, and it's honestly really sad. But unfortunately, this is real life. I know the easy way out is to leave, and that's better said than done. This doesn't happen this extreme often, but LV, which is her father of her child's like initials, definitely has a problem. He's going to get the help he needs. Right now, there's no room for mistakes, and he knows that. Whoever says they are there for me will be supportive of me no matter what I choose to do. Y'all know I give a mother effer hell, but there's no excuse for that at all whatsoever. My point in sharing this wasn't to attack him. It was for him to see what he does is wrong and to take accountability and make a real change. So the part of that post that made me like really sad was, I love that man more than I love myself. We need to be more graceful. And I'm not saying just to like stay quiet and like blindly support anything at all. But we need to be a little bit more graceful with the fact that if it was easy to leave situations like this, so many women wouldn't be in situations like this. And so all that I think we can do is hope and pray that if she doesn't learn better for herself, that her daughter doesn't get hurt by any of this. Because that's always my biggest fear is, I see people online, like couples being toxic and all this dumb stuff, but then I see a child get involved, and then I get genuinely afraid about that child. So, and we don't know where the baby was. Like, we don't know if the baby was there when this was happening. We don't know if maybe it was date night and the baby was nowhere near them. From what it looks like on her page, she is completely enamored and in love with this baby. And again, all we can do is hope and pray that she does what's best for her daughter. Anyway, the next thing, before I get into politics, let's say politics for the very end. So if you guys don't want to hear it, y'all could just go to the next episode or the previous episode or whatever. So before that, you guys, I've been seeing online a little bit of people debating over, and this is really just something I want to say. I don't even really want to touch on it that much because it's sad, but people are online debating what was worse, the Holocaust or slavery. I've seen both sides. I've seen both sides of the debate, and this is what I'm going to say. Innocent people being killed and tortured for whatever reason, whether it's the color of their skin, the religion they follow, whether it's because the effects of war or free labor or just overall genocide, is sad. Okay? This is like asking me if let's say I have 2 young children in front of me, and one of them is beaten and tortured and used every day for free labor, and the other one is being tortured in different ways and hung or gassed to death. I am not going to sit here and say your suffering matters more or your suffering matters more. It sucks. It's all terrible and disgusting and evil, whatever side you're on. Okay. It just makes me sad because there are people that are dying and we're over here having arguments about whose life matters more. Let's not do that. regardless, because even if the US were to be the aggressor and attack, let's say, Mexico, it wouldn't make it okay when Mexico attacks us back and, like, my family, something were to happen to my family, even though the US is being aggressive. It's not the US being aggressive. It's whoever's calling the shots at the top. But the people at the bottom are the ones that suffer. And that actually brings me to my next point, which is this whole Trump attempted assassination, okay? I don't know what happened, okay? I have many reasons to believe that it's staged. Many, many, many reasons. However, I don't think it changes the fact that it's dividing us even more. I mean, you guys, Biden is making attempts to call Trump and see if he's okay. And I believe that he's calling, and I believe that Trump is an answer. But it's like, can we use this as an opportunity to look at everybody against people that are contributing to domestic terrorism? Can we do that? But it's like, no, we're using this as a way to further divide us. And it sucks, you guys. Like, I am so glad that the person that committed the shooting wasn't registered as Democrat, because I have a feeling it would have been really bad for people that didn't even do anything wrong. Just because one person is for some reason representing an entire group of people. Like, no. And one argument that I will say I don't agree with is people that are saying, oh, the audience barely moved, like they just stood there. If it was staged, I don't think the audience would have known it was staged. I think that was a genuine reaction of them being like, what the hell was that? I think everyone's fight or flight response is different. Some people freeze. Also, it was a crowded area. So, like, how do you I would imagine I would push through and run, but, like, I don't know. I have different reasons to think it was staged, but that's not one of them. So, yeah, this whole thing, like, you guys, it doesn't make sense why Secret Service would allow him to poke his head out of their bubble before they got the shooter apprehended. It doesn't make sense at all. Y'all, at the end of the day, love thy neighbor. You know, we have people preaching about Christianity and nobody actually looking at what it means to be Christian, only when it serves whatever narrative they already believe. And I think we need to open up our minds to other possibilities. And just remember, like, everyone is somebody's kid, somebody's sister, somebody's mom. Like, you know, if somebody's being evil and hateful towards you, sometimes you could just walk away from it. You know what I mean? And, I mean, there's time and place for everything, but I think when it comes to politics, because of how passionate and violent people can get, I think we just need to be careful. That's all. Anyway, I hope the first part of this recording recorded and is all good, because I don't want to re-record the Brooke and Clinton thing. But yeah, sorry, my guest left. Kita, come. Kita, come. Come on, be here for the outro. Come. Kita, come. No space for you there. Kita. You're so pretty. Anyway. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in to Cheesemate and Chill, and you will hear from me later in the week. Bye.